Well, we're getting out this morning. It is a cold 36 degrees, and the day started out at 30, so we've gotten 6 degrees warmer. We're going to an area today. The area itself was once a town. It was established in 1847. That's a lot of history. I want to thank Pastor Richard Harris for letting me come poke around on the church I'm going to. On some of my maps from the 1800s, early 1900s, it shows that there was a school approximately where this is. But y'all know how that is when you get some of these old maps. It's a little hard to line up exactly where everything is, but it's a decent guess. It was once a town. It started out as the name as Slapfoot because of the, apparently it was quite seedy. All your local gangs in Dallas, county area and everything have, used to go there and hang out. Eventually it was changed the name to Haught Store. Mexican War veteran Samuel A. Haught came to the area along with his brother. They opened up a store, and so the town was renamed Haught Store. Eventually the Haught brothers moved on. I think one of them moved to Arizona or New Mexico or something like that, and continued his cattle life. And another gentleman came in with the last name Lawson, and the town was eventually named Lawson. They opened up a post office, had a few businesses there, and but eventually the town was cut in half because of freeway that came through, and that was probably pretty much the demise of it. And then one of the cities there right next to it annexed it on in probably like 1982 or so, somewhere in there. The church itself, where we're going, was built in 1955. From what little bit I've read there, it hasn't always been a church, so I can't figure out yet what it was initially. It may have been a church, I just don't know it. But the building itself was built in 1955. Has a huge lot and area behind the church, and so we're gonna get over there and see what we can get on. I was hoping that Philip and Zoe could come today, but they both got stuck with work. And so maybe I can find out for us if this is a good area to come back to, or has it already been hunted before? Metal detectors have been around for 50 years. So, and I'm sure I'm not the first genius to come up with this idea to go over here and get permission to hunt on this property. But again, Pastor Harris, I really appreciate you letting us come out. When it comes to this hobby of metal detecting, it's so reliant on the generosity of other people to let us come poke around on their property. Otherwise it would just regulate us to parks and city property, and it would cut so much out of the pie of options on where we could go. So I really appreciate your generosity of letting me come out and poke around today, and it's really appreciated. I mean, so much of this hobby and this addiction to go dig in the dirt to save history, to dig up, find out what other people's dropped. It really is so incumbent upon others' generosity to say, yes, you can come poke around on my property, and so I appreciate that very much. So let's get over here. We're driving. It's cold. We've managed to raise up 2 degrees in the last 3 minutes and 51 seconds. So I got my hat gear. I've got everything to try and stay warm. But hopefully it gets up to a decent temperature where I don't feel like I'm freezing to death. Let's hope it hasn't been pounded. I mean, we've got 1847 established, in this area. So imagine that. There's a lot of history here. So let's get over here and see what we can find. We're always going to find something. But are they keepers, or they're just, something that ends up in the trash can? So I don't know. We'll get over here and find out. I'm going to throw in a little snippet of me messing around in the studio sometime back. And so we'll get over there. I'll give you a tour. We'll see you on the first hole. Later. Get out there and bundle up.
Lord, I come, I confess, I'm bowing here, I find my rest. Without you, I fall apart. You're the one that guides my heart. And Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Where sin runs deep, your grace is warm. Where grace is found is where you are. And where you are, Lord, I am free. The holiness is Christ in me. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you.
Well, here we are. This is the church here, and all this property back here is also belongs to the church, and this is what I'm mostly interested in out here. It is such a large area, it would take forever to try and get all this done. So, but you know relatively quickly, real quick, whether the area has been hit real good by previous metal detectors or not. I'm be running the Garrett AT Pro, and I just got in my brand new Predator shovel. I cracked my last one last week on a Haught, and oddly enough, Pastor Harris, the Haught I was hunting in the early 1800s, last name Harris. So is it a coinkydink? Don't know, but we're gonna enjoy this shovel today. So we're gonna get on it, and I'll see you on the first hole and hopefully find some keepers later. Well, poking around the back here, and I got a big signal and I got a big metal sign, and given the phone number is 10 digits, I'm assuming that's not that old, but man, that blew my ears out. And the brand new shovel just went right through it like butter, unfortunately. But that's a cool sign there, all metal, dug it up out of the ground. But we're giving it a shot out here later. Well, we're still going at it here. Lots of clad, but you know, look how old the property is. That's just how it always goes. But got me a decent signal here, kind of 61, 62, but it was consistent, and pops it out, and looky there, hot diggity dog. I got my cross. Just a little earring. Doesn't look like precious metal or anything, but what a cool little find. What a cool little find. Better get out and get some Jesus. I'll take that cross for today. That's awesome. All right, see you on the next one later. Well, I moved away from the church, but still in the same area. Lots of clad. Maybe the older stuff's just too deep and I can't get to it, but came across a low to mid 70s, which was an odd number for this, and got me an old wheat scent. So finally got onto something old, and it's pretty toasty, but we'll see if we can't get it cleaned up at some point and try and get some type of year off of that. Anyways, we're still trying. Later. Now still about in the same area, and I got another coin, and if it's a wheat, man, they're really ringing up low. Try and get that to focus. I don't know if this is a wheat or not, but we'll take a look at it. but it's ringing up really low. I don't know if that's because they're really old or what. Yeah, it's a wheat penny. It must be pretty aged or something, because like I said, they're ringing up in the 70s and they normally don't do that. But that's my second old coin and we're still trying. So we'll see if we can get another one later. Still going at it, and I gotta say, man, I'm loving this new shovel. Just got a mid-70s tone. Looks like I got me an old punk compact. Hey, and that's got some decent writing on it. Let me give it a pants rub. Hey, that's got some cool writing on it right there. Princess Pat. All right. Still on the old stuff. Princess Pat, Chicago. All right, see what else we can get later. Still going at it, and it looks like I got an old shell token. It's got, well, matter of fact, that's what it looks like to me. George Washington. And Famous Facts game. Famous Facts Faces game. Okay. I don't think I've seen that on the back of it before. Usually it just says shell. Cool. We'll take that. Light up. Still trying, and I think I got another wheat, I think. It's got the color for it, and I think I see a 4 on there when I flipped it out. Yep, 44. There it is. No silver today. No silver today, but seems to be the day it is, but I've had a blast. See you on the next one. Alright, well, I talk about it in a lot of my videos, man. Just stay persistent, keep at it. And it looks like we got a silver. That's a way to top off some wheats for the day and some relics. I have no water with me, and we're about to play the 1 dime game. Ooh, I wish I had some water. Let's check out the 1 dime before we flip it. Mint mark, New Orleans. Oh, what's it gonna be? It's a Barbie. Oh, yes. Yes, 1903 Barber dime with a New Orleans mint mark. Oh, it pays to just stay at it. Oh, old Lawson has been good to me today. All right, we got a little bit of sunlight left. Let's keep seeing what else we can find before we call it a day. Later. All right, looks like I got a clad quarter right there and went to move and got another signal right there. And you might not be able to tell on camera, but the sun's actually going down, so I'm really having trouble seeing. But I think I got another silver out of this. Initially, I was thinking, oh, that's just a dime for it, but that's awfully shiny. So let's see if we can't look at it. Yep, 1958. Man, yes. Love it. Another silver. Woo, man, what a good day. I think we're about done. Later. So there's the freeway that split this area. The town, and kind of in half at the time. And we're going over here to check out the Potter Cemetery. And this is I think John Potter established this. So I'll get a picture of that, and if you want to read that, which is really cool. I mean, hand painted. Well, actually, it's kind of carved into the wood there, and I guess they've kept it hand painted for the Potter Cemetery. I don't know if this is just for the Potter family, but the headstones here obviously look really dated. (1889 to 1906). And it says McKenzie, and if I can remember my maps, because I still don't know this area that well, I think McKenzie's one of the roads that go through there. That one just says Daddy on it. Wow. Martha, wife of J.P. Potter. I'm assuming that's John Potter. Born July 1835, died April 24th, 1872. Wow, that's really old. This looks to be the most modern. These two, actually there's several here, 1947, that's fairly modern. Some of these you can't read it, or they're really difficult. 1889, died April 12th, or May 12th, 1889. Or no, that's not. Born 1889, died 1892. Wow. That's young. And that's very modern looking. Died 1915. Lumley, which is another name I read in the history of this area. March 1900. November 1925. But some of these are just mother, brother. They're not even labeled with names, unless those are smaller headstones to tell you who they were. You know, W.H. Lumley would have been Dad. I'm not sure. And this one is, hope I'm not stepping on anybody. You can't even read anything on these anymore. And you know, it's weird. A lot of these headstones are facing away into the bushes. Everything seems to be facing towards the bushes. I don't know if there were plans of it going further. In memory of William L. Potter, born April 8th, 1855, departed this life July 14th, 1861. Very young. 12 years, 3 months, and 6 days. Go home, dear friends, and dry those tears. I must lie here until Christ appears. Wow. It's a very small cemetery. I can only assume that they had plans on you know, I see this symbolism a lot, where the shaking of hands. I wonder if that's a Mason deal, you know, for the grip. But this is a small area, and I got my fans over there barking at me. But you can see the area is very small. There's not many sites here, and they're all facing into the woods. So I don't know if there was, you know, this is how they started it, and they had thought that eventually the cemetery would grow and go that way. But another piece of history of Lawson, I'll try and pop up a map where the Potter house was. I'll see if I can't locate that. I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere, or a plat of land that the Potters had settled on. So we're still going at it. Just another piece of history of Haught's Foot, Slapfoot, or Haught Store, Slapfoot, and Lawson, all in one. So we're still going at it. Later. Still going at it, and I got another wheat penny. Still in the Lawson area, or in the town of Lawson. Just not on the church anymore. And it looks like I got a wheat. We'll get it home and get it cleaned up. Man, Lawson's being good to me today. Later. Whew. All right. I'm just looking at the dirt, but that looks like something you don't find every day. Is that a little toy gun? That's what it looks like. Little toy gun. Man, we'll get that cleaned up. Maybe that's one of those old lighters or something. Looks like a little 45. Man. Sweet. Later. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and video this because the sun's really casting some weird lighting today, but it looks like I may have another silver. Alright. Where'd you go? There you go. And I'm going to just pick it up because this sun's so whacked out you can't really see anything. There it is. Out of that hole right there. Oh, got another Rosie. We can rub the Rosies. I don't have any water with me. This is pretty dry. Let's see if we can't get a date on it. 1950 it looks like. Woo! Man, third one. Later. Sweet!
Sometimes I think, what will people say of me when I'm only just a memory, when I'm home where my soul belongs? Was I loved when no one else would show up? Was I Jesus to the least of us? Was my worship more than just a song? I wanna live like that and give it all I have, so that everything I say and do points to you. If love is who I am, then this is where I stand, recklessly abandoned, never holding back. Say you are, that grace can really change a heart. Do I live like your